God, that's awesome. Hi, good to see you. How are you? Hi. It was so good.
What's up, man? Hey, what's up?
Let's go USA!
내가 지금 나는 아침 엄청 일찍 일어나가지고 휴가 쓰고 막 왔는데 The art on the sunny. 그러니까 만약에 이 시즌에 해서 정말 너무 길면 여기까지 막 저기 먹다가 보다가 It's probably gonna be West Coast. Look at this. Oh, hey there. Hello, Belgium.
And US, everybody.
Oh, nice. Both.
US! Oh, just say something. USA! Vamos, USA! Go get out. Oh, shoot, it's not there.
USA. Yeah.
No filming on aquarium property, anything past this rate on aquarium property.
the TV news. I'm on TV news. That's like you know. I'm on TV news. Oh yes.
That is crazy. Holy smokes. How cool is that? I was trying to get a picture. No, I know. We got an hour to release the camera shots. Oh, you can also roll that. Exactly.
Game's canceled.
Careful up there.
You're welcome.
Yeah, they're going to leave it down there. Yeah.
Sure. Here.
USA! 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 Right now, USA! USA! Kevin's losing himself. Let's just really get on real stage.
Peaceful mark. USA! 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 USA!
Arsenal, baby! Oh, and he smoked a joint, my guy.
Yeah, come on. we think of Belgium? Shit! What do we think of shit? Belgium! That's all right!
This is Susan.
Hell yeah.
That's the
Welcome to America! But we're winning in this bitch! USA! Seattle, Washington, baby!
USA! USA! My birthday is today!
You know what I mean, though? As you're talking about how you just went climbing and but I'm not going to.
Wait, where's Danielle?
I'm good for like, woo! I'm good for like
Basically went up.
But I'm feeling feisty apparently.
fun stuff. Yeah, it's nice. Never ending.
Once we get this next block, if you want to peel off, I can show you
I think Michael's getting like his attention.
bright and bright.
We caught the end of it. I thought we were at the
小薇。
That was the thing with Messi as well. They were like, he was so good that he wanted to classify. So many people. Here he is, the Gimp.
Is it hot?
A little toasty.
Please don't pass out. He's about to pass out, actually.
I need some water, please.
You have such a fun job.
I've been marching around with everybody all day long.
And oh, so fun.
Did you do it?
No, I just flew in.
Oh, nice.
So, Central Coast of California. Have a good one.
It was perfect.
Okay, left button, this one on. Right, absolutely.
When you get together, they do. I foresaw this like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, that sounds good. I tried to talk Matt Morning into it. He was the most rabid soccer fan I know.
There's 3 little cubes.
Our job is to prepare the game in the best condition. Of course, to have all the players available always is a good news. Of course, to be or to have the possibility to have Barlow again with us and being available is important for the team.
What does Barlow specifically mean to this team, bring to this team?
Well, I think he scored 3 goals, and I think he's doing a fantastic job. Well, that's why it's good news for us, and I think it's important for the team. I hope that today he can show his quality.
Let's talk their opponent, shall we? In goal for Belgium, and the man many see as the best in the world in his position, Thibaut Courtois. 20 World Cup appearances today, ties him with Hugo Lloris for second among goalkeepers, behind only Manuel Neuer. So let's have a look at the starting lineup for Belgium. Courtois will sit behind Brandon Mekele and Nathan Ngoy. Yuri Tillemans scored the latest goal in World Cup history last time out against Senegal. Leandro Trossard has found the back of the net twice at this World Cup. And Doni Lukebakio scored twice against the US in a 5-2 friendly victory in March. He surprisingly gets the start today. Kevin De Bruyne, Jeremy Doku and Romelu Lukaku all available on the bench. Let's show you the United States players coming out to warm up. Reception, of course, as the US men's national team come out to do their warm-up ahead of this massive game for a place in the quarterfinals. Let's take you down pitchside, our commentary team, John Strong and Stu Holden, guys.
Rebecca, just a terrific energy down here on the field. We've seen the lineups now. What's a big picture theme that you think is going to be significant for this game?
The game is 90 minutes. The U.S. are going to have to play all 90 minutes absolutely dialed in. And one of the things in Rudy Garcia's team selections, and Thierry was talking about this as well a little bit, they have a lot of options off the bench, but I think in the first half really trying to match the athleticism, the intensity, and the energy at which the U.S. will play with. This is a game at this stage in the competition, as we have seen so far. You can't make mistakes. You will get punished. This is a U.S. team facing the best team they will have faced at the tournament in this point. It's a young group. We heard so much about the maturity of this group. We will see how mature they are in game management. But go get that early goal, because I think the team that scores the first goal tonight wins the game.
90-minute game, and as Mauricio Pochettino reiterated to us in practice yesterday, they're going to have to win this as a whole group, not one player, whether that's Balogun or someone else. We're so excited for this, Rebecca. Back up to you.
Guys, thank you very much. And we have gone from 3 to our normal 4. Alexi Lalas has braved the crowd. It's a bit ropey there.
He is back. Beautiful. I missed you guys.
Aww.
You look wonderful. So no, that's half the battle, especially for you, my friend. But let's go. Let's go.
He has been on the bench for a couple of days.
I know.
Starting in
Work my way back.
Romelu Lukaku of this team. Okay, Lex, when you look at the starting lineup for the US men's national team, of course, Balogun starts, unsurprisingly, now that we had the news yesterday. Very few injuries in this squad. This is about as strong as you could have hoped for at this stage of the tournament, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of writes itself when it comes to this 11, and rightfully so, because to your point, this is the 11 that has played the best. We also have Christian Pulisic, who has had a little bit more rest and a little bit more time. We still haven't seen, as we talked earlier in the show, a Christian Pulisic definitive type of game. It would be great to have it here today, but as you guys have been talking about, they are up against it, against this Belgium team. I think for the first time in this tournament here, we are seeing the U.S. playing a team where the U.S. is kind of back in that underdog role, all right? I think that's a good thing. I think they're comfortable in that. It doesn't mean that they're going to conquer it by any stretch of the imagination, but they're going to have to be patient through this game. But this is the 11. This is the 11 for the U.S. There's plenty of talent on the bench to come off, and we'll see how the game starts and how it goes against this Belgian team that's going to ask questions of this U.S. maybe in ways that we haven't seen yet in this tournament.
Well, certainly in ways later in the game as well, when they have all that strength to come off the bench, and the likes of Jeremy Doku especially. Zlatan picking out a player that you know really well in the heart of that midfield, but also he's everywhere, all World Cup long, Weston McKennie.
Weston McKennie is probably the player that Pochettino trusts most. He has been starting every game. He's a box player. He's a guy that runs a lot without the ball. He gives support to the strikers. He's back to the defense when he needs to defend. And he's a player that doesn't get a lot of credit, but the players knows, and the coach knows what he means to the team. And this is what he has been doing all the tournament. And he can score goals also. That's an important quality for a not holding, but a box midfielder. So he's an important piece for Pochettino.
Another important piece is the man they didn't think was going to be able to play today until yesterday when they found out Flo Balogun could play. So talk us through, and we're going to have a look at some examples as well, Thierry, that you've picked out of what Flo quote Balogun brings.
Like they say, don't hate the player, hate the game. He's on the field, he's going to play. So now what he does is he runs all the time in behind, and I love that. Any strikers out there, if you're looking at this, please do it. And Zlatan, we've been in that situation. We're going to highlight Balogun here, as you're going to see. Boom. Making that first run. He would have been always available. He's running. He's like, hey, play me. Usually what do? Usually striker, we complain, we say we don't move again. Now, he's moving again. Watch. He's always alert. He doesn't get it again. Doesn't matter. Watch. He never, ever stops. Look at that one. Same thing. He's always asking for the ball in behind. Always moving. Look at what Bosnia is doing. They're dropping. Although they're getting the ball back. Same thing. Look at that. As soon as the ball, as soon as they get the ball, they look for him, and he runs in behind. He's always on the shoulder of the last defender, and he runs in behind straight away. Even though the ball didn't come, he went, and they know that. The midfielders know that. They don't wait to give him the ball, they give him the ball all the time. Once again, if you are the center forward out there, always running. One thing that he does, look at the intensity he puts in that run. Look at that. He goes and put pressure with his team. They all do it. He's alert. He goes, trying to put pressure on the goalkeeper. Ball's going to go. He comes back to make sure that he's not offside. But watch what he does. As soon as they get the ball back, he runs in behind. Not a lot of grass, but still, he gets the ball, finishes, and he celebrates like LeBron James. And he's here. The USA can believe with that guy on the field.
He is having himself a tournament this summer in more ways than one. Memorable for sure for Following Balogun. Well, Jameis Winston has gotten to know different supporter groups throughout this World Cup, and today he made his way to Seattle to spend some time with the American Outlaws. Let's see how that one went with Jameis on Fox, sponsored by Coca-Cola.
The troops are rallying. The horses are prepared for the battle, but victory is coming from the Lord. Our USA men's national team is ready to go into battle with Belgium for this knockout stage round of 16 match. A historical day is coming to play. We ready? We heat up our stoves right now to heat us up some Belgian hot chocolate. I hope you're ready. I hope you tune in. It's going to be a masterpiece, a delicate shape. Let's go USA. Let's go USA. Let's go USA.
Oh, we're ready, Jameis. We are ready. A massive crowd expected at Seattle Stadium. It is the US against Belgium. A quarter-final spot on the line. The winner books a date with Spain. This US team set out on a mission this summer to captivate the nation. And coming up, we examine why Mauricio Pochettino's men are succeeding beyond anyone's imagination. Back in a moment.
FIFA World Cup 2026 today on Fox is presented by Google.
That World Cup's still something special.
When you buy an all-new Toyota RAV4, you're not just getting a great deal on a reliable vehicle today. You're getting the comfort, tech, and style you deserve in efficient plug-in hybrid and hybrid options, both with a total range of about 600 miles. And as a KBB Best Buy for 2026, it's recognized as one of the smartest values on the road today. That's Toyota affordability. Buy smart, drive for less, and trade for more. Toyota, let's go places.
Termites. They never wait for an invite. They just enter your home, then chew invite. By the time you notice, your house is their meal. Better let Guardian Termite and Pest Control take the wheel. To find out what these uninvited pests really reveal, our trusted technicians detect termite infestations fast and use advanced treatments that last. Get 10% off a full termite treatment today and keep those critters away. If something is bugging you, call Guardian Termite and Pest Control today. Visit guardian-pestcontrol.com.
understand the red cards.
This football is so confusing.
I can help. Think of cards in football as the opposite to your Sapphire Reserve card. Red cards make it harder for you to earn points. This card earns you 3 times the points on dining.
Thank you.
Also, you get a $300 credit on travel. You ready? And 2 yellow cards means that you're out, but that card gets you and 2 guests instead.
Experience the card that's remarkably rewarding. Chase Sapphire Reserve.
Howdy, Road Runner. You're very fast.
Well, I drink Red Bull.
But you do realize...
Yes, Red Bull gives you wings, but, I'm scared of heights.
Nope.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Red Bull Zero. Zero sugar, low calories. Tried it yet?
Vicky, this Friday is Frank Rickman. Say it louder. I love Texas! Quietly carrying their
This country has been waiting for this match, and here we go. Here's Williams, when his country needed him most. An all-American performance that makes me proud to be American.
And so the US looking for their 4th win in this summer's World Cup and their 2nd here in Seattle. Mauricio Pochettino's side aiming for a quarter-final place tonight at the expense of Belgium. Now with America celebrating its 250th birthday this summer, this US team are playing their part in bringing joy across the country. For more on that, we send you down to Tom Rinaldi.
What an atmosphere here, Rebecca. As we consider the experience of this World Cup and all it's brought to us this summer, it gives us a chance not to focus on the borders or the beliefs that sometimes divide us, but an event with the power to do the exact opposite, unite us. And that's what's been happening through this tournament, this team, this run. As Matthew McConaughey helps us explain, this rectangle is planted with a special gift to connect us.
Planted in our earth, rooted in our soil. But with the practice of patience and the care of cultivation, through weather, labor, and time, the blades of grass form and then transform. A sod farm to a playing field, piece of countryside to a beckoning stage, a patch of land to a common ground. Oh, but watch how it grows into a turf that supports the weight of the nation's hopes. Into a place that transcends language. Into an event where cultures bond through competition and rise in celebration. Compelled by a simple ball and a beautiful game. These lined fields, serving as the grandest stages on earth. These measured rectangles, gleaming theaters, with unscripted plays that allow us this gift. An emerald canvas where every chant has a place in our human chorus. Daring, dream, and wish. For a common goal, a common good, upon our common ground.
And take a look right now as we head into Seattle Stadium, and you can feel this atmosphere as we come up and over the famous triangle, and you can hear this crowd roar. Thanks to Matthew McConaughey. This Stone, the rivals of Isaiah King. In select theaters August 14th, nationwide August 21st. We know he's going to be watching with millions of others to see how this script unfolds and how this movie ends. Rebecca, we can't wait.
Tom, thank you. What a beautiful piece. Alexei, I want to start with you. You've known this was coming for a number of years. How has what has happened in this country, both on and off the field, compared to perhaps your expectations coming in?
Oh, it's exceeded my expectations. You know, when I think back 32 years and what America was as a soccer country and culture, you know, as the saying goes, you've come a long way, baby, and we certainly have. It's kind of like you see a band when they're first starting out in a club, and it's, you know, it's raw and it's almost intimate, and then you see that band grow and grow and grow, and next they're playing a stadium, and they're two completely different experiences. They can be incredibly impressive, but they're different. I love what is happening here. I love what is happening to my country through this World Cup and through this sport. It makes me incredibly happy. It makes me incredibly proud, and I enjoy sharing it with everybody.
It's kind of perfect that while you were answering that, Country Roads just started to be played around this stadium, the new anthem of this US men's national team. Zlatan, is this what you expected when you signed up for this gig?
I mean, I'm here. There is a reason why I'm here. A World Cup without Zlatan is not a World Cup, and there is still more to come. So it has been amazing, it has been great. This is all about what the World Cup is. So bring the whole world together. Everybody's welcome and it's connecting everybody. So that's the beauty with World Cup.
Thierry, you've lived in the States, you've played in the States, you've managed over here too. Did you think this, not just here today, but what we've seen over the last 3 to 4 weeks, with not just the USA, but all the teams and all the fans, did you think it would look like this one day?
Yes. And I've been saying it for a very long time. I said it since December. This country is a sleeping giant when it comes to football, and I will say football. This country is a beast, but you need to go about it the right way. You need to believe that you can. I've been saying it for a very long time. This country, usually when they touch a sport, they usually dominate it. And I know, I've been saying it for a long time, since I've been here, since I left, when I'm in Europe, I always say to people, do not sleep on the US. Do not. But do they want to wake up? Do they want it? Do they believe in it? That's a different ball game. I always did, and I always did say it, whether I'm in Europe or here. But you have to go about it the right way and have the right foundation. There's a good foundation right now. Hopefully you can build on that. I always believed, and I will never change and not stutter.
This World Cup has given us as Americans a view through the lens of others as they see this country through the World Cup, and it's given us perspective, and I think maybe even some appreciation, and then obviously the people that have visited the country, hopefully they have a completely different perspective when it comes to what we are as America.
A huge choir belting out Country Roads before kick-off as we edge towards this game between the USA and Belgium. The first North American World Cup in 32 years, by the way, smashing attendance records. We've already gone past the 6 million mark, and United States fans certainly doing their part. Seattle Stadium is going to be packed to the rafters with US fans today. Can their presence push this team into the last 8? We will pick out our players to watch ahead of this one. 21 minutes to go.
Not bad. You guys see this?
Controls the ball. Can't touch my son. And it's
DoorDash. How we're made determines how far we go. So for those who are strong, those who are powerful, those who aren't afraid to push their limits, the world of greater awaits. Greater journeys, greater experiences, greater memories.
The first ever Kia Telluride Turbo Hybrid is ready.
Look at this. Look at the MLB All-Star Game in Philadelphia. This is how America celebrates birthday. A Night of American Celebration, July 14th on Fox.
FIFA World Cup 2026 Free Kick is presented by Adidas.
This team and this country are starting to believe.
2002 is still the only World Cup that the US has played a quarterfinal match. A win today, and they're back in the Elite Eight. Let's check in once again with Jenny Taft.
This game will demand the highest version of ourselves. That's one of the many messages from Mauricio Pochettino to his players before this match. I've had a close eye on Folarin Balogun, available to play starting tonight. He didn't want to chat with me before this one, saying he wanted to let his play do the talking and talk after the match. But his players tell me he is ready for the moment. Some are calling this the biggest game ever for U.S. soccer. Tim Ream told me the moment you say that, you become distracted. I asked him about the last 24 hours, the highest of highs, Balo's back. Criticism from the outside, he said, we are so close. We are a family. Nothing can get in the way of what we plan to do. Continue to make history.
Jenny, thank you. When they announced the starting lineups here inside Seattle Stadium, the loudest pop was reserved for Flo Balogun. The U.S. trying to get to just their second ever quarterfinal appearance on a World Cup stage, first since 2002. Rob Stone, Carly Lloyd, and Clint Dempsey back here with you. We want to hit a couple players that our eyes are really focused on today. We begin with Malik Tillman, who had his Kurt Schilling bloody sock moment last time out a couple days ago in the Bay Area. Before he took that free kick, that's a look at what he was dealing with, and he was still able to bent that ball into the net, as Dr. Dempsey showed us earlier.
Yeah, welcome to the lab. Dr. Silver's been the man. And it's hard to mention him without mentioning also McKinney and Adams. They've been amazing in midfield. What's impressed me about Tillman is his work off the ball. His running for his teammates to get open, but also the work he's doing defensively. We've always known his quality that he has, being able to be creative, use his flicks, use his skill to create opportunities for the players around him. And I think this battle will be won in midfield today.
And look, big-time players show up in big moments, and we are all awaiting Christian Pulisic to show up. This is his opportunity to do so. This game actually sets him up to have success, especially out wide, because Belgium's going to want to get their fullbacks high, and he can take advantage of that space in transition. 1v1s, he's got to be exceptional and get a goal.
Real quick, 3 Belgian stars start this one on the bench. How does that impact the way the U.S. is going to attack that first 45?
Look, you know, I don't know what the game plan is, but I think they're going to come out flying. I think no matter who they have starting and coming off the bench with a De Bruyne, Lukaku, Doku, it's going to be really hard to defend that.
To your point, we got to start the game quick. The longer this game goes on, the more pressure's on the U.S., especially getting to the second half. I think the game opens up even more, and then you have Kevin De Bruyne, and then you also have Doku coming on, like you said, that can change this game. So the longer the game goes on, how do we deal with that pressure? Hopefully we get an early goal like we've done most of the games so far this tournament. And hey, it's going to be exciting stuff. Let's get our popcorn.
The Red Devils know they've got the cavalry waiting on the bench if they're needed. For more, we take you upstairs, Rebecca and the guys.
Rob, thank you so much. So many stars then on both sides, hoping to leave their mark on today's match. So for our players to watch, sponsored by Adidas, we're going to focus first of all on one of those players the guys were talking about, who will probably, Zlatan, come off the bench and affect this game in a big way. Who's that?
Romelu Lukaku. He's not in his best condition, but every time he has entered the pitch, he has done damage to the opponent. He's probably the most powerful player in this tournament. Not the most skillful, not the most technical, but the guy knows one thing, and that's scoring goals. He always did it in his career, and he's continuing to doing that. So when he comes in, I want to see those defenders handle him because he's going to move them with ease. That I can tell you.
Normally on the left-hand side, Jeremy Doku will play for Belgium, not playing today. In his place, a player though who you think could be just as dangerous, Thierry.
I think I will reverse that. Luke Bakio won't going to be on the right. Trossard's going to be on the left. But do not sleep on Luke Bakio. Do not sleep on Charles Catelabre because the big guns are on the bench. This guy in 1v1 can be lethal. Come back on his left foot and score. He has that in his locker, and he's been waiting for a long time to be a starter. That's his chance. Let's see what's going to happen after, but be careful, Robinson.
And let's talk about a player we just saw warming up who looked like he had some sort of strapping for Balogun on his leg.
Yeah, we don't quite know what that is all about yet, but we will figure that out. But we know that he is eligible to play today, and he is starting today. And so much has been said about him over the last couple of days, and certainly 24 hours ago. Didn't think he was going to be playing this game, and then he got this pardon. And by the way, to U.S. Soccer, way to stick up and advocate for the player in this moment. And it may make all the difference because this guy has had a wonderful tournament up there on top. The U.S. is better with Balogun on the field, and I'm delighted to see that he's going to be on the field.
And just real quick from a U.S. perspective, when that team sheet dropped and you saw Doku on the bench, you saw De Bruyne on the bench, you must have been pretty happy.
I don't know. I don't care what the 11 is. By the way, all you guys do is talk about Lukaku, all right? He's so big, he's so strong. You don't think that our guys can handle a big, strong guy?
Trust me, he will move you away.
Come on. It is going to change the game if and when they come on the field. But I think our U.S. team is going to be prepared for it.
All right, chaps, thank you. Well, Christian Pulisic yet to find the back of the net at this World Cup tonight. He's hoping to shine against Belgium in Seattle, and he'll have the support of the entire country. United States fans gathering for watch parties everywhere, from Kansas City to San Jose to Washington, D.C., Charleston, South Carolina, Portland, and San Diego as well. That's just a handful of them. The US have gone out in the round of 16 in their last 3 World Cups. The chance to break that pattern today. In just a few moments, the teams will be out, and we will bring you the national anthems.
Did you know salsa was invented when Puerto Ricans took Cuban rhythms to New York? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was born when the Japanese took judo to Brazil. When North African frying traditions met Spanish dough, Spain made the churro. After Jamaicans took their sound systems to the UK, the world got punk. And this is what the world gets when 48 nations meet to play one beautiful game.
The Bank of America customized cash rewards Visa card for life's rewarding moments. Earn 6% cash back in a category of your choice like online shopping for the first year from account opening.
Do you believe in miracles? Yes. Welcome to the party.
Hi. You okay? Yeah, I'm just changing up my look. See that? I got a little low. See that brand new Hyundai Tucson? I only paid.
You look stunning.
Enjoy your car. Feels so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days or 1.9% APR for 72 months on select models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
This day was inevitable. You want to do something that's never been done? Go someplace you've never been? Eventually, you have to stop chasing the world's attention and start chasing the world's respect.
rise to table for the playing of the national anthem of Belgium. Please remain standing if you're able for the playing of the national anthem of the United States.
So on this first one, I'll knock you talk? Yeah.
Hi, I'm your neighbor.
We're having a watch party.
Would you like to come? Sounds like fun.
Yeah. Hey, Alex, what's up?
Hello, welcome. Come on in, guys.
Unlimited home internet that keeps everyone connected. When the connection matters, it has to be AT&T.
Turn back time when you're injured with Valvoline Restore and Protect, a first-of-its-kind motor oil that removes up to 100% of engine killing deposits and protects against future damage. Ask for Valvoline Restore and Protect at your next oil change.
FIFA World Cup 2026 on Fox is presented by the Home Depot.
Here we are again, same Seattle sunshine, same incredible atmosphere, but a very different game with a very different edge this evening. It's the round of 16. It's win or go home at the World Cup between the United States and Belgium.
No changes for Mauricio Pochettino. And that means Will Balogun is back in the lineup. 3 goals for him in this tournament. Went off with a red card against Bosnia-Herzegovina, but he gets the start in this one against Belgium. United States in the round of 16 against Belgium. Doesn't get much bigger and better than this for these players that have been waiting for this moment. Matt Freed on the bench. I think they've gone with a lineup that can match the physicality and the speed of the United States. Onana gets a start in the middle of the field. Luca Bacchio on that right-hand side. Look out for him. He is dangerous. I expect Trossard to be on the left. Luca Bacchio on the right, cutting into his left. And De Ketelaere gets the start up front. One other important name, Lukaku. Look out for him in the second half.
This has been a wonderful 3.5 weeks. The way this team has played, and the way so many millions of you have embraced it, it's something Mauricio Pochettino has talked to us about a number of times. But this game was always going to be a little bit different. Because for all of the success the U.S. has had historically at World Cups, only once have they ever won in this round and advanced to the quarterfinal. It's a different type of opponent Rudy Garcia leads. This is one of Europe's elite. This is a team in the top 10 of FIFA's rankings. So this game was always going to be a bit different. And then yesterday happened. And that just adds a different emotional intensity. It adds a different scrutiny, both across this country of ours, but also globally as well. All the players can do, all they can control is how they perform. And how together this group is, how motivated they are to make real history. Because in the modern format of this FIFA World Cup, only once has a U.S. men's team played in a World Cup quarterfinal. And that was a quarter century ago. And all the while the European champions, Spain, watch in Dallas to find out who they will face off with in that quarterfinal Friday afternoon in Los Angeles. One of the very special days in the history of the sport in this country. Can it be capped off with a victory? And we are underway. It is the United States in the dark blue. It is Belgium in the very light blue. It's a U.S. team that had to really work for it Wednesday in Santa Clara, and an early shot which was blocked by Alex Freeman from Belgium. They took the lead against Bosnia-Herzegovina. They were reduced to 10 men with that video review red card. And they grinded it out the rest of the way for just a second knockout stage win in their history.
And Jorginho just thought that that was going to be their ball. Well, look out for the long throw here from De Kuiper. So they're going to put early pressure on Matt Freeze.
That seems De Kuiper going to set up a long throw. Gets it in deep. Richards got his head to it. Pulisic's got to get it clear. Can't get it clear. The follow through. Shot was blocked. A second follow. Touched away by Matt Freeze. That might be the best save Matt Freeze has made all tournament. It comes 48 seconds into this game. And that's a man of nose from big saves. Hugo Lloris, the World Cup winner.
When you get an applause from Lloris, you know it's been a great save. And just not clear at the top of the box from the U.S. The second one was a good block. And then that shot's going in. Freeze at full extension. Set pieces will be a key for both teams in this match.
That was Timothy Castagna who took it. It's De Kuiper once again on the court. Freeze coming in off a 3-save shutout, including some early action in that game against Bosnia-Herzegovina. And the Padme of Jordan, his own referee. This is a big game for him. For a long, dramatic build-up.
They ran too early, so he's trying to reset up this set play here.
Kuiper sends it in. Freeze stays it on. Anthony Robinson didn't get there. It's a second early save for Matt Freeze. Off the head of Thomas Shaw, the Ketelaere. And so it's a Belgium team. They were in this building a week ago. They were down 2 goals with 5 minutes left. It was the latest comeback in a knockout stage game in World Cup history. They forced extra time with Senegal. They won it with the latest goal in the history of the World Cup. So they're coming in a little bit battle-hardened, maybe a little bit fatigued as well, potentially. You talked about the lineup changes. Overall, what do you expect?
I expect that this is a game the U.S. are going to have to be locked in for 90 minutes. They passed.
Until they get on the end of that, quickly take and throw. He clips it up in the air. Tillman is not going to reach it out for a U.S. throw.
And just a reminder, as we're trying to get our points in here, this game is going to be
intense,
but it's exactly what you would expect from two high-quality teams. Belgium have experience. They have quality all over the field. They play in big games all the time. For many of these players on the field, for the U.S. right now, biggest game of their lives. They talked about the maturity from 4 years ago. We're going to find out that they will not back down if they've shown us anything throughout this tournament. As Pulisic knocked off the ball earlier, I said I think he could have a very big game in this one if he gets the space in time, but is aggressive in the ball. But at the beginning, U.S. has to be the team that matches the intensity.
Richards is going to get there first. Castellar was trying to catch him there, going back to freeze the goalkeeper, and he locks it out for Belgium for a throw. Space for Weston McKenna. Des also cut around one, knocked away by the second man through Onan. Cassell taking immediately off the ball. McKinney, early angle in. Balling's not going to get there. Thibaut Courtois, one of the best goalkeepers in the world of his generation, his first touch of the ball. Courtois playing today his 20th game in a World Cup, most of any Belgian history, third most of any goalkeeper. It includes the game where he and Belgium beat the United States in this round in 2014. Just first one header from Freeman. Greg Trafford doesn't like what he sees after a Belgian throw.
Things I'm really interested in early in this game is you get a look back at Castagne's shot. That ball is bending. It's bending even more in slow motion when freeze. What concentration, top hand up. And it had to be a strong hand too. That's a terrific save, and you get a better look at it on that replay there.
U.S. fans wanted a handball there.
Well, Tom Rinaldi said it really well before the game. The U.S. won with 10 against Bosnia, but today they play with 12. That 12th man is the crowd. And this crowd was one of the best we have experienced, and they will be important in motivating and pushing this team throughout the game.
It goes by Goy, and it will run all the way through to Matt Freese. Don't underestimate the significance of that early save for Freese. This is the biggest game of his life. Former college soccer player at Harvard, plays for New York City FC and MLS. 5 saves so far in this tournament, but none of the truly top-level category. That might have, in fact, be the biggest save he's made in his 19 games as the starting goalkeeper for the United States, particularly because it came so early. Listen to media pressure taken off the ball by Onan. So Pulisic's lost his first 2 goals today.
Just a couple touches that are getting a little sticky, stuck under his foot. Just trying to watch how the United States are looking to build and to break down this Belgian defense. McKennie really in possession is coming far wide and right. And you've got the wingers, the fullbacks on both sides pushing inside. Dest is coming inside to make space. I think, again, they want to find ways to get McKennie on the ball to create, as they have done all tournament. The U.S.'s strength in attack has been their unpredictability by moving players around and creating matchups that they want, all centered around Phil Ballard.
Did well. Here's the body up on the Castellar. Not allow him to even challenge for that. Freeman, the 21-year-old, very young show composure in big moments. That's another 50-50 call's gone against the U.S. Lukavakio now, slowed up by Tyler Adams. But he gets around Adams in the second opportunity. Wide at the start. Cross on the deck, it's mishit. That was a wonderful look for Yuri Tillemans, who scored twice in the last game, and he just mishit it.
They get away with one here. Pulisic stops his run, tracking back with Castagna here, and he does the overlap, so they get the overload situation that they want. And Pulisic just stopped running with him and left Anthony Robinson 2 against 1. The ball was cut back. It was a great look for Tillemans, expecting him to just sweep that into the back of the net. But the first thing you see is just the difference now in competition. The athleticism of Belgium, closing down space, putting the U.S. under pressure. It's going to be important. 1v1 drills all across the field. But you can't leave players and not make that run tracking back. You can't leave guys 2v1.
There's been hesitation, but he gets there in front of Lukavakio. Those two collide. It's what we said. This is a different type of game against a different type of opponent from the prior four. Long run for Trossard, brings it down. Freeman out to meet him now. Freeman blocks the cross. Prevents the car. It's infield. The U.S. is hesitating. A bouncing ball picked up in the box. And that's the opening goal for Belgium. It was to Ketelaere. First to react to there on the cross. The U.S. players froze defensively. And now they're in an early hole against Belgium.
And Mauricio Pochettino, you saw him there looking at the replay of that on their screen, thinking, what are we doing? It was the thing we said before kickoff. When you play against teams like this,
but he's starting ahead of Romelu Lukaku, their all-time leading scorer. That's a huge moment for him individually as the pass is behind Destiny slips. And this is a key 5 moments right here for the U.S. to show some composure and work their way back into this game as the Ketelaere is tripped up. There you saw from Tyler Adams. Johnny and Bettina Pierluigi, Colina talking with Jill Ellis. Alex Morgan in there. Cindy Parlow Cohn, bottom left, president of the U.S. Soccer Federation. Look at that discrepancy. 6 shots to none in the opening 11 minutes. We were so worried about the second half of this game. The U.S. has been the top scoring team in the first half at this World Cup. And they get themselves going here. Good interception by Castagna there as Rain was trying to pick out Pulisic.
And I think the other thing Belgium are doing well right now is they're not trying to play through the U.S. press. They've quite simply said, look, we're going to force you out a little bit. We're not trying to find those little slip balls to Onana. We don't want to give the ball away in the middle of the field. And then they're playing direct and over the top, trying to test the back line of the United States. And so far it has been working.
Freeman, good defensive work there. Trossard. Scored that goal against Australia in the game here a couple weeks ago. That goal's out of play.
They do just look a little nervy, though, don't they? The U.S. Heavy touches, balls going out of bounds, turnovers in the middle of the field, a little bit late on some of those tackles. That's when you've gone from being the aggressor in every game, and you've had such a great start and an intensity, and all of a sudden now somebody's right up in your face.
Richards just got hit in the face, and Chris Richards is down. the indispensable members of this team, one of the key leaders at the back, Birmingham, Alabama native. And the U.S. team has been in camp since the last week in May, and they have talked about being battle-tested, the strength of the games that they've played this year, including a bad loss against Belgium in March, the games against Senegal and Germany right before the World Cup. The togetherness and the spirit they feel that this group has is good. A lot of them have said of any team they've ever been a part of, that has to show now. Ream was late. The Ketelaar is going to keep that ball in play. Anthony Robinson won the initial battle for the ball. He can't do anything about that on the outside. Luka Bacchio running in. Adams bodies it off it. Reset wide to Ketelaar. Anthony Robinson waiting. Luka Bacchio now. It was coming for De Ketelaar. Backheel attempt there. They can't get it clear. Trossard was there to pick it up. Pulisic can't get it clear. Onana holds it in. Flipped in now, and that'll be a comfortable catch for Freeze as Trossard was in the air.
Well, because the U.S. have not been able to really get pressure, Alex Freeman trying to get this team and this crowd going. In games like this, you need a moment. You need something to go your way. A possession, a tackle, because they're under siege right now, this U.S. team.
Trossard will line it up from a long ways out and put it over.
But the point I was going to make is that because Belgium have so much of the ball in the attacking part of the field, and they're so comfortable in possession, they have fullbacks high and wide. They have numbers advantages all over the field. So now the U.S.'s best attacking players, as you look at the goal again, the Ketelaar is not going to get many easier finishes than that, but that's just being in the right place, timing his run, staying onside, coming off that U.S. mistake. But the U.S.'s attacking players right now have to come back and track back and deal with these fullbacks. So Pulisic's doubling down, and Dest is coming back, so they're not a threat the other way. The U.S. need to have something attacking-wise that keeps those fullbacks a little bit more honest and keeps the numbers advantage in their favor defensively.
Robinson for Weston McKinney, too far for him. Had a piece of that ball. Anthony Robinson got a pocket pick, won it back, couldn't play inside for Adams. Quarter hour gone. It's been a tough opening 15 minutes for the U.S. Matt Freeze with that huge save in the opening minute. 9-minute goal for Belgium. And they start to look again like the team that they have been at this World Cup so far, even against a much higher quality opponent than they've played at this World Cup so far.
I think we're about 7-ish minutes away from the hydration break. Just looking at the U.S. defensive pressing structure, it's too easy for Belgium right now. It's basically Mulligan against 3. Belgium are building out with 3 players on the map. McKennie's having to drop back a little bit deeper in midfield. So the U.S. just can't get the same type of pressure on the ball that they have been doing. They get a good look at it here. As they start to cycle back, they've always got an extra man. So Tillman did a good job stepping out that time and floats that long ball over and now resulted in an offside. They're going to have to adjust in real time, but I do think that would be the first real opportunity for Pochettino tactically to try to shift this a little bit.
I asked Mauricio Pochettino yesterday, how do you win these type of games? He laughed and said, I don't know, I've never been in one of them. Ask me again after. But he's such a coach that is so big on the mental side of him. And as he said to us, more so than anything tactically or physically, the spirit that these guys have walking around the field at the end of practice and just kind of chatting with each other. So that's what's going to help us win these types of games, that we stick together in these moments. But in saying that, the U.S. Soccer Federation took a big swing, spent a lot of money to bring in Mauricio Pochettino a little bit less than 2 years ago. And this is the type of game, and this hydration break in a few moments is exactly the type of moment why you do that. What can he do with this opportunity? Man down for Belgium in some pain right now is Amadou Onana. The play is going to be stopped so he can be looked at.
He hasn't started since the first match for Belgium. He went off in that match with an injury, missed the game against Iran, but came back, had 2 appearances. Cameo was basically off the bench, so seeing him back in the starting lineup, that was a significant change for Belgium. he brings a lot in the middle of the field. Now, the players are coming over to the bench right now. This will be interesting how the referee, you see, he's going to say no. Because the U.S. almost were trying to use this as a tactical timeout, which Pochettino still is trying to communicate stuff. Just
can't stop him from talking.
Yeah. Right down below us to our left. But I was going to add to your point about Pochettino. There is only so much you can do as a coach tactically within this sport, to where there's an element of when you put the players out on the field, the players have to execute and perform. There's nothing tactically Pochettino could have done on that first goal. That's just a couple of guys looking at the ball, not communicating, and then boom, that's why you're down 1-0. So it's not like, look, Belgium have been the better team. They've created the more chances. But this has not been a landslide by any means. There's a lot of time left for these guys on the field to get this going here.
Amadou Onana, who was actually born in Senegal, but he was raised in Belgium. Plays at Aston Villa in the Premier League with Yuri Tielemans. As you mentioned, having been a starter at the last World Cup, he's been more often coming off the bench, so it's a big spot for him to be given this opportunity. It's the Belgium team, not just how good they've been when they scored the first goal. They've actually not been beaten in any game since March of last year. They're on the second longest unbeaten run in their country's history. The only longer run was a team that made the semi-final at the World Cup in 2018, the best Belgian team of the modern era. And a few players from that team, that golden generation, are still a part of this squad as Anthony Robinson tackles it out. The question right now is whether Onana can continue. The answer looks to be no. And they've got a substitute up already, Anzanakin, who has been a starter for them at this tournament. So early blow for Belgium to have to lose one of their starters to an apparent injury. They're going to hold the sub now. So Belgium are playing with 10, but they have an attacking throw. It's sent in deep. It's Weston McKennie who heads away. Job not done. Back in by Castagna, back post. Richards rising up to get away. Adams there, almost collided with Pulisic, able to get rid of it. Balogun collision with a couple defenders. Balogun's going to chase this one. Had to be alert to come out and get it. Gives it away. Going to be bashed forward. There's a second man down for Belgium right now. As part of that collision with Balogun a while ago. U.S. don't have to kick this ball out so he can get looked at. It's the referee's purview if he wants to stop the game, and he does now. It's Brandon Mekele, their center back, who's down.
Should in theory also give Belgium a chance to make their sub. We almost had the same situation with the ball up in the air, but eventually I think it was Tyler Adams who took charge. Mekele ends up colliding with his own teammate, which is, I think, why you hear the response from this Seattle crowd. Now, I've talked a lot about this atmosphere. I think even what I'm feeling from the players and the crowd is a little bit of nerves. A long, good attacking spell for the U.S. would go a long way in bringing everybody into this game, including themselves.
So Anzanakin is on. Mekele is able to continue after being down for a moment. Dest drives it inside. Tillman, and he couldn't make that pass across the field. Intercepted by Luca Bacchio. There's Tillman flying through from behind, couldn't get there to Ketelar, the goal scorer. Going to return. Luca Bacchio beat to
what a run from Luca Bacchio, and an even better run from Tyler Adams. Tracked him from the middle of the field. And those little moments I'm talking about, that could be one as well. It's just U.S. turning over the ball as Onana's going to make his way to the Belgian locker room. That's nothing. You never want to see that for any player taking part in a game like this. Comes a long ball again, long and direct, bypassing that U.S. press. They know that is a strength. And they've been winning some of these second balls, but look how much it
Freeze backed off. Richards almost gave it away. He needs some help. As the Ketelar wrestled Ream off the initial ball in the air. Robinson was meaning that for Dest, but McKennie came to get it.
But you understand now if you're the U.S. what they're doing. So this means now you need your center backs, your defenders, whoever's attacking the ball. Get a good starting position, win that header. You have to be aggressive. If you hesitate, you're going to get pinned. You're going to get that ball like that one where it pops up. Chris Richards is now nervous going back to his own goal. You know what the opponent is doing. So it becomes a game about first and second balls.
Pulisic, they get him going. Here's Alex Freeman. Now for Serginho Dest. Freeman, Tillman, kind of back heel, was blocked though. Tillman's there, got a foot in the way, but it's moving right back to the U.S. Next stoppage in play to the first half hydration break. Defender. Dest, they drive it inside of the It's a foul against Serginho Dest.
Well, this will be interesting. I think he's going to think that Dest was pulling him with the left hand down as he was getting around the diaper.
That takes us to our first half hydration break. Sean Kintelar gets his 7th career goal for his country, the difference maker right now here in Seattle in the round of 16 of the FIFA World Cup.
Trying to predict the future is a hazardous occupation. The only thing we can be sure of is that it will be absolutely fantastic. I'm thinking of the incredible breakthrough, the communication satellite. These things will make possible a world in which we can be in instant contact with each other, wherever we may be. When that time comes, the whole world will have shrunk to a point.
You know who never loses the FIFA World Cup? A bandwagon fan. But as long as we have Lays, everyone wins.
So I just... boom. Little help?
Thanks. Nice job.
I'm not doing that.
So instead of judging us, join us. Hop on the bandwagon, America. I don't know, I just got here. You know who's winning?
Every Walmart Plus member knows free delivery means that unexpected guests of any size are not a problem. Carl looks like he can eat.
He's a machine. This is why I'm a Walmart Plus member. Groceries delivered free today.
You guys seeing what I'm seeing?
Horror makes me sneeze. Good thing pharmacy delivery is free too. Who knew?
Mom, yeah.
With Walmart Plus, I can handle the rest. It's worth it.
What a beautiful animal. I see you, Carl.
You can see how warm in the sunshine, very comfortable in the shade. The U.S. bench just got pelted with one of the water sprinklers as they were going through this very important huddle during the hydration break. Let's start first of all with this from the mental emotional side. If indeed this team has looked a bit nervy, why would that be? For all that they've done the last few weeks, why would this be a game that they would struggle to work into?
Biggest game of some of their lives. The only way to get experience in these games and not feel nervous is to play in them more often. World Cups are every 4 years. It's why when I look across the way at Belgium, as we said, these guys are playing at Champions League clubs, big clubs going far in European competitions. You play big games. You don't feel that same type of way. And I think the U.S. looked just a little hesitant in the early stages, and then the game goes against you, and you concede an early goal. But that's done now. You're in the game. How do you respond from that? That's when you find out who's a lion, who's going to stand up and be counted on and don't be a sheep. And I think these guys have got it in them. But they need a spell to believe in themselves once again of what this team could do. But I am early stages here. I want to see how the U.S. is going to adjust out of that hydration break and what intensity they bring to swing that back on Belgium a little bit.
They need a spell, they need a spark. Carries forward, gives it away, Anderson and Dix. McKinney trying to get on a run. Just pull back there a bit there. Back to Kuiper to slow him up, not enough for a foul. Pulisic, not past one. Space to the left for Anthony Robinson. Castagna comes to meet him. Those two are teammates at Fulham in the English Premier League. So a fun battle between those two. Pulisic wanted a better option than he got from Richards. Freeman with a man right on him, trying to play play 1-2. Dix kind of mishit that. Boussard really winning with Arsenal this season. Helps Belgium get the ball clear. Tielemans will direct traffic for Belgium. Very slow start of the tournament for them. 1-1 draw with Egypt, courtesy of an own goal. Scoreless draw with Iran. They finished the group with their biggest ever win in the World Cup, 5-1 against New Zealand before the dramatic comeback here in this building last week against Senegal. The second time there, De Ketelaere was the only one who knew that ball had just gone straight up in the air. He's able to steer wide for Luca Bacchio. Eddie Vedder here. Seattle rock music legend. This entire city has been engaged with this whole tournament. This is the sixth and final game in Seattle of this World Cup. And they lift the U.S. back into this game. And Winston McKinney's foul. Tricky game for this referee. Adam Makambe, 39 years old from Jordan. He's the first Jordanian center referee in World Cup history. He and his crew have been highly thought of. They're the first crew to have been given a fourth game at this tournament. But there's going to be an extreme amount of scrutiny on him and his decisions, he and his assistants, and the video assistant referee from Qatar because of everything that's happened in the last 36 hours. It's led to Flo Balogun being on this field.
A little change up scene. Tyler Adams, familiar screen. He's dropping between the center backs to now allow the U.S. to get their fullbacks higher. I think that's a good switch there. Now because it opens this up.
Well, listen, Balogun. He's got the back of U.S. in a great shooting position.
And instant dividends. So now you have Anthony Robinson high and wide on the left. You've got Freeman high on the right. Now we've got your creative players coming underneath a little bit. So Pulisic finds a good spot. Looks for the combination with Balogun. His back-to-goal play has been terrific. A little bit of pull on the back. And the U.S. now all of a sudden have a set piece. Pretty good distance here for a direct strike. And I would imagine Malik Tillman, who stuck his last free kick in the top corner, will be standing over this one again.
On the same field with that man, Josie Altidore once scored a free kick goal for the U.S. It was the first free kick goal in a World Cup for the U.S. since 1994.
Slightly different goalkeeper this time. Thibaut Courtois, one of the best in the world, 6'6", huge wingspan. We'll listen to the crowd come to life here.
Taylor's fourth career goal for the U.S.
What's interesting, John, here is last time it was a little more to the left. He had to go to the left. He can go both sides here because this is central, which makes it more difficult for Courtois.
There's a man line down behind the wall, which means the wall can jump. Tillman, spins inside Tielemans, and then he is upended in the middle by Westphal. Referee says no foul. The U.S. is the highest scoring team in the first half of games of this World Cup. Tillman's goal came on their first shot of the entire night. Trossard working on desk. Trossard to the ball line, gets a cross, and the Ketelaar drives it out, and Belgium retake the lead. Moments later, Charles de Ketelaar climbs the ladder, his second goal, and the U.S. right back where they were.
If that ball was going to go out for a goal kick or corner, I was going to say, it's one of the cliches in this game, that you're most vulnerable after you score a goal. And this is why. Because the other team all of a sudden now has instant motivation to punch back. But once this ball gets wide, you've got 2v1. You can't let the cross get in here. Freeman is backing off. You've got support. Be more aggressive. They're both taking the same angle there. And Trossard's just able to get down to the line. They're both making the same play. And that comes down to communication. But even at that point, Tim Ream gets beat at the back post. De Ketelaar, great strength from him, but he just gets his hands on top of Ream, gets the early jump, and you might think that's a foul, but it's not. I mean, he gets that early lead where they're both jumping for the ball. Pochettino cannot believe it, but his team have conceded right off the back of a goal that brought everybody back into this game. My goodness, great goal from De Ketelaar.
That ball was in play for 61 seconds from when Belgium kicked off to De Ketelaar scoring his second goal. And now exactly that. This crowd, these players have to get their energy back. Freeman is going to chase that down as it was a high bounce. Freeman crossing in, knocked down there. No one's a blue shirt nearby. Market of shade. McKennie goes flying through. Belgium bench goes berserk.
He's going to pick up a yellow card here. Weston McKennie. Gotta be smart still. Now there's a lot of emotions, a lot of intensity. And he's just a touch late. That is a yellow card tackle from McKennie. Cleans him out.
Jenny Taft, you're down there next to the U.S. bench. I imagine quite the swing in emotion the last few minutes. What have you been seeing and hearing?
It's so true, Josh. From elation to absolute shock. I've seen Mauricio Pochettino kick over that water bottle bucket. I know you saw that as well. He's been shaking his head. Now, the nerves are very apparent from this U.S. team. I know you guys are catching on to the energy from the bench. I did learn during that hydration break, one of his messages was to make sure they were playing closer together without hesitation. Let's see if they can get back to that.
So hit by Pulisic there. Luka Bacchio on the floor. McKennie going to get back to that touch. Top of the goal scorer, cycles it around.
So now, again, here's Tyler Adams dropping into the back line. Now you've got Freeman wide on the right. They're going to try to find these little passing lanes and combinations. Having players, as Jenny said, they're closer together.
Yet Belgium will know that as well, and they're trying to shut off all those passing lanes.
Well, what Belgium's doing is they're not backing off and just, they have their pressing triggers and releases. And when one guy goes, here comes the Ketelaar. Look how everybody steps up. They try to go together.
Off the chest, although it was a bit much for McKennie to deal with, and Belgium went it back in the middle of the field.
I think it's a huge end to the half here, though, for the United States. You've got just under 10 minutes plus some stoppage. But what you really want to accomplish in this game is stay in the game. If you find a goal, great. You level it back up. But you need to make sure you stay intense, dialed in, mistake free. Because if you concede another one before the half,
Ketelaar was offside, and that touch looked like two of them came off the knock in the second. That's why I knew he couldn't touch it. It is everything that players like Christian Pulisic have been building to their entire life. Is everything that Mauricio Pochettino and his staff have been building to the last 2 years. Tillman, and that ran away from there, trying to make his move. Robinson stepped in to poke it away. Lewis had a chance there, looked like, to win the ball back high up the field. Lewis just couldn't redirect himself to go get that one. Now Dodi Lukavakio on the ball. Scarlett got the assist in the opener, rolls it forward.
Overloading that right side of the field. They've only got Trossard on this left side right now. They are putting a lot of pressure down the U.S.'s left. They want Pulisic back defending, forcing him to defend.
Lukavakio sends the cross in, up in the air from Tyler Adams, and that'll be a corner kick for Belgium.
The other part is they're just not afraid to put pressure on Chris Richards and Tim Ream. They also have this guy who can still come off the bench to win up, change the game. We've got Doku. That's why we said this is a 90-minute game. The U.S. knew they were going to be in a tough game. Well, you're in it now.
Looking at running one of the best playmakers globally of his generation. Romelu Lukaku, one of the best goal scorers of his generation. Jeremy Doku, one of the best wingers of this present generation. All on Belgium's bench. Yuri Tielemans to take the second quarter of the game for Belgium. Outside to the near post. Back threes and locked down again. Rascal who got the touch there. Dest has it swept away. Pulisic picks it up. He can't play in for Dest. The Kuiper intercepted it. And he wins the header. Alexander recovered.
I feel like the U.S. still need to maintain a threat to stretch the field, meaning you've got to run in behind still, because Belgium have been able to squeeze the game tight. Look at the compact lines between the defense and the furthest player forward to Ketela. They're making sure that there's no space for the U.S. to find the ball in behind the midfield and get turned. That means sometimes you got to take a chance, make the run, find Balogun over the top, find McKennie. That type of ball right there.
I'll give it a chance for Freeman. It just tails well. It's going to allow Balogun to get on the end of it. Tackled away by Boyd, but an attacking throwing now for the United States.
Great ball, great run. Takes the run to then also somebody to play you the ball, but now here's the U.S. in the attacking part of the field.
Belgium very cleverly making sure a second ball was on the field, so the U.S. couldn't go quick with that while they were still getting their bodies back. Here's Christian Pulisic. Timothy Castagna defending. Pulisic just retreats it to Anthony Robinson. And they're not on the same page. He and Adams, and it breaks down.
Just been a little off in this first half. Christian Pulisic, he looks like he's lacking a bit of confidence to take his guy on aggressively, to play. He's just second guessing, taking an extra touch, losing the ball. He's lost 4 dribbles so far. And that's okay. You're going to lose some of them, but you still have the confidence to go again and again and again. But you have to keep your defender on his heels a little bit by taking him on with an aggression and knowing yourself that you can beat that man off the dribble.
Because as you said in the pregame, for the U.S. to win this game, they need a big night. They need a signature night from their signature star, Christian Pulisic.
That's stars plural. I mean, that has been the case for this team, but you do need your difference makers to make a difference in games like this.
That's a foul, and the opinion of the referee committed by Chris Richards.
This was a chance at the near post. Trossard on the first touch, actually, just trying to be really inventive there, flicking around the corner for that freeze. He was aware.
He's going to defend this free kick. Tielemans walks away to Kuiper, hooks it in, free header wide. Tough angle for that header to be sure, but missed in the end by Lukavakio.
And everybody was onside. Chris Richards drops. There's a little bit of miscommunication there from the U.S. I think thrown off a little bit by the timing of Belgium. A little hesitation, then they whipped in a great ball, but that line did not drop. And then Chris Richards is the only one drop that kept everybody on sides. They're just not in sync as another turnover.
Well, McKinney, and he's going to reset for Pulisic. McKinney could have just run into the space there. I don't think he knew that there was no one around him. Pulisic, McKinney. McKinney's able to recover it. Anthony Robinson now. Let's cut him off. Test bumped off his run, but to Kuiper. McKinney lets it run. Malek's not going to get there and go across in time. Good work, Tyler Adams, to win that bouncing ball out of the air. Coming up on Fox, the Bank of America halftime show. Rebecca, Thierry's, Latana, and Alexi down to our left watching this one. Give us their thoughts on what we've seen. Look back as well. Earlier today, Spain grinding out a late win over Portugal. They await the winner of this game Friday afternoon in LA. Test runs it inside behind Maligan, although it's a Goy's touch which drives it to the corner. And that'll be a U.S. run. Stage now, the top scoring team from dead ball situations at this tournament. 5 goals in total, 1 more than Argentina.
Everybody back for Belgium to defend us. They've got all 11 players inside the box. Now Richards is in front of Courtois. We've seen this often where players, attacking players, try to get around the goalkeeper. The referee is saying, look, I warned you. If you make contact, we've seen this often called a foul. Try to be a nuisance, but if you make a touch, you're going to give away a foul instantly and kill the attacking opportunity.
Roman gets it in the box. Richards is knocked out. It's going to be out for a corner. Took a touch of a Belgian defender. First corner of the game for the U.S.
And they're trying to claim it did not take a touch. So we'll see if this gets changed. But the U.S. doing a good job winning. The first ball is Alex Freeman. Balo going to put it over the top of the bar, but it's hard to see if it took any type of touch. They're still holding this, so they're still trying to see if this should be a goal kick or the corner.
Amis Almari of Qatar is the video assistant referee.
Yeah, it's going to be a goal kick.
And he's looked at that video and said no. His last off Balo, and it's a goal kick.
There will be a minimum.
It's going to be 6 added minutes at the end of this first half. Hydration break and a couple of injury concerns as well.
Get a good look at the Spalligan. It was almost interesting to spin on the ball, whether it did take a defensive touch, but they reviewed that one completely.
Richard, strong header there. Was able to play it wide. Good tackle on the outside by Castani to keep it away from Pulisic. And now a long switch out to the near side towards Trossard. Freeman wins the header.
They've looked for that a lot. You have actually seen Trossard in previous games. He comes inside to find pockets. What Rudy Garcia and Belgium are doing is they're keeping him wide on the left and using that switch of play to try to isolate him and get him in good situations to make the game, as he did on Belgium's second goal. So it's not been the best first half for the U.S., that's the obvious. The good news is that they're still very much in this game, as it stands.
Richards got a touch to that one. Des slow to react. Cross blocked by Freeman. Ball's out of play. Assistant referee's put his flag up. Rascal's furious with the referee. In fact, Belgian fans. There's a good pocket of red up to the right of the top deck here in Seattle. Went down to our right. Lewis just gives it away off the throw, but a touch from McKinney to release Serginho Dest. De Kuyper trying to slow him down. Dest will now engage with De Kuyper and just runs into him, trying to draw foul. Can't do so. Pulisic came all the way across. There's that space on his side of the field. Robinson got sucked in as well. Luka Bakio is caring for it. Tyler Adams out to slow him down. He's got to go out and defend up Castagna now. Able to get that cross in. Completely unmarked. It comes all the way through. It's Trossard who picks it up. Freeman there to defend him. Tackles it out. And the U.S. upset. Decision on the field of Canada. So this one, like the last one, can't be changed on video review. As it stands, a corner for Belgium.
To me, like that came off.
It's already back in play.
Quickly, yeah.
They took it quick. There's no review for it coming. It's going to be rolled in. It's going to be fired across the face of goal there by Luka Bakio. But those are those moments of concentration, which is a big thing that Mauricio Pochettino talked about. But even the players, guys like Tyler Adams beginning of the tournament, he said that's what we learned in the round of 16 against the Netherlands in the last World Cup. You can't make mistakes. You can't switch off. You got to be focused the whole time. Tillman throws his body in, and that will be a U.S. free kick. Because the U.S. was right in that game with the Netherlands in the first half, and they fell asleep right at the end of the half and let it go.
It's going to take a monster second half performance from this group against a top 10 European team, top 10 global team.
Tillman, Valiant, can he get there? That's not really dealt with by Courtois. Still 2 minutes to play in the half. Anthony Robinson. Nowhere to go forward. Richards has McKinney making a run. Valiant, McKinney, and it's a big tackle there by DeKuyper. It was meant for Dest. He had space to run into. Bakio now, 1v3. Belgium just playing through and around the U.S. players right now.
It's because you have the quality of Luka Bakio. You see that there when he receives the ball. He's under pressure, has a burst of acceleration, quick stop, spins back, dumps it off to a teammate, moving. He's been excellent for them in the first half. So is Trossard. There's that long switch of play again, just a little bit too much.
Garcia was getting annoyed at a certain point yesterday about the questions involving Balogun and said, listen, it's about the game on the field. The only thing that matters for us is that we advance. They came out with an intensity in the opening minutes of this game. Took the lead inside 10 minutes. Reed took the lead a little over a minute after the game kicked off for Tillman's goal. Richards got to get there as an errant pass. And Kittelar trying to leak in behind. Tillman. Get back. 5 seconds and a half. Balogun wants it through. Balogun has it there. Took it over. And now the U.S. with the final play of the first half will indeed have their first corner kick of the first half.
And that's what we've been seeing live tournament. Tillman again, so smooth. Gets a little nutmeg. And Balogun at the end of this, I think he's trying to square it to Pulisic. Pulisic made a good run at the near post. Even had Anthony Robinson at the back post. But a chance here, right at the end of the first half, to change the entire mood inside the stadium, but more importantly, inside that team. If you can find a goal in this situation, Belgium have looked susceptible at the back post throughout this tournament.
Pulisic sends it in. That's not going to get it done. An easy catch for Thibaut Courtois, and that is how the first half comes to a close. Work to do for the United States, but they've got a tremendous crowd behind them to help them. Rebecca Lowe and company on the other side of the break. 45 minutes down, 45 to go in Seattle. Belgium 2, the United States 1.
FIFA World Cup 2026 on Fox is sponsored by American Express.
Today, we're gonna learn some iconic soccer skills. Follow me.
The rainbow flick.
The Rabona.
Bicycle kick.
You gotta channel your inner ninja.
I love this colorway.
Is David's backyard ready for the FIFA World Cup? Maybe he'll build it, like Beckham. Really move here, David's going to the Home Depot for the assist. Bare covers and just one coat, so David can paint it like Patricia. You know you miss this guy, right? Rip it like Rich. Plant it like Paige. There you go. Great work, guys. Keep it up.
Or watch it all happen just like Josh.
Very happy to help.
There's watching the world's best. And then there's experiencing the world at its best with Platinum. Kick off your journey in the quiet comfort of the largest global airport lounge network. Lose yourself at incredible destinations with the largest curated global hotel program. And leave with a memory that lasts long after you return. For a life like no other, you need a card like no other. There's nothing like Platinum.
The Colonel has a bucket list. The $10 one. Monday nuggets. Tuesday fried chicken. Wednesday wings. Thursday tenders. Friday nuggets again. Now that's living life to the fullest. Get a $10 bucket of the day from KFC.
BRB, got a screen for colon cancer.
At halftime? Yeah. With the Cologuard Plus test, you can start screening at home in about 15 minutes.
It's simple and non-invasive. Nice assist.
False positive and negative results may occur. Football. I understand now.
No one can match our energy.
Welcome to the show that nobody wants to win.
What did the itsy bitsy spider climb up?
What?
Look at this. We got the MLB All-Star Game in Philadelphia. This is how America celebrates a birthday. A night of American celebration, July 14th on Fox.
The FIFA World Cup 2026 halftime show on Fox is presented by Bank of America.
Charles Kettelare causing problems for the US in that first half. His first World Cup goals doing the damage right now for his team. And back home, it's the middle of the night in Hertha, Belgium. These are the moments that they're enjoying, though, no matter the fact that it's 2:33 a.m. when that goal went in. As we welcome you back to Seattle Stadium, I'm Rebecca Lowe alongside Thierry Henry, Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Alexi Lalas. Let's show you then the first half of this game in Seattle. Beforehand, a beautiful scene, the flyover over this stadium, but just 9 minutes in, it went a little wrong, Alexi.
Yep, this U.S. team just got punched in the nose for the first time this tournament. I guess the good news is it could have been worse, but right off the bat, U.S. is used to scoring early. Well, Belgium said not so fast. The Kettelar getting in. Anybody want to clear? Anybody? Anybody? No? Okay, well, there you go. A gift to Belgium in the first minutes. And yeah, Mauricio Pochettino is not a happy man, nor should he be.
We have seen this before. When it comes to free kick to U.S., Malik Tillman steps up, gets the good free kick, a little deflection, but it's still a free kick goal. So his second goal of the tournament, and he gets the equalizer there so far. Nice celebration.
And then Rebecca said, I want to see how they're going to defend their 1v1. They couldn't stop Leandro Trossard. Don't sleep on De Kettelare. Do not sleep on Trossard. Do not sleep on Dodi Lukebakio. The big guns are on the bench, but those guys are on the field. 2-1 Belgium.
That is a key point. The big guns are on the bench. Plenty of reinforcements to come on for Belgium. But from a US perspective, Thierry, how do they get back into this?
They need to rectify something in midfield. It's too easy for Belgium. Too easy. They're controlling that midfield. Ball, they're switching the ball all the time in 1v1 with Leandro Trossard and sometimes Lukebakio. Lack of rhythm. We saw a couple of times Malik Tillman doing some stuff. couple of rounds of Balogun. But you know what? You still have...